Before we understand and create keyframes, we need to understand the principles of animation. Animation consists of multiple frames. So what is frame? A video is composed of countless still frames. By speeding up the playback of these still frames, we get the video we see. One of the frames in a video is what we call a frame. The number of images played in 1 second is the frame rate. For example, playing 25 images per second. So the frame rate of this video is 25 frames per second. So what are keyframes? Simply put, it's like putting the right frames in the right places. This is used to record the process of scene transformation. For example, imagine a person running, starting from the starting point and eventually reaching the end point. We can set a keyframe at his starting point, and then set another keyframe when he reaches the end point. This way, we can record the process of the person running from the start to the end. So this is the animation we create using keyframes. In fact, its principle is very simple. By placing keyframes at crucial frames, CapCut automatically fills in the missing parts for us. Once you understand the principle of keyframes, you can use them to achieve various desired animation effects. For example, rotation animations and scale animations, displacement animation or opacity animation, etc. Most materials in CapCut can be animated using keyframes. For example, media, stickers, text, effects, etc. can use keyframes. Taking the shopping cart material of stickers as an example, on the functional panel, a diamond-shaped icon on the far right of each parameter indicates that keyframes can be applied to that parameter. Parameters that can be keyframed here include scale, position, and rotation. Now, let's see how to use keyframes. First, for scale, we need to place a keyframe at the very beginning of the video. Also, place a keyframe at the end. This way, as we reach the end of the video, we can shrink this material. Reduce the size of the material. In this way, CapCut will automatically help us fill in the missing animation in the middle. Let's play this animation, and we can see that it's a process of scaling down. Of course, we can also use keyframes for the position. At the very beginning of the video, the object is at the far left position. Let's set a keyframe here. Towards the end of the video, we move this object to the far right, and we can see that CapCut automatically fills in the keyframes for us. Let's play the animation. Finally, it's about rotation. Let's take a look. Initially, our angle is set to 0. So, let's set a keyframe at this point, and at the end, we rotate the angle of this shopping cart by 180 degrees. Now let's play the animation. We can see that CapCut automatically filled in the animation for this position. Of course, we can also use keyframes for media assets, for example, for opacity. So, at the beginning, let's set the opacity to 100. Around the 2-second mark, let's make its opacity 0, and then at the 4-second mark, the opacity goes back to 100. So, first set a keyframe at 0 seconds, and then adjust the opacity to 0 at 2 seconds. Okay, at the 4-second mark, adjust its opacity back to 100. Replay the animation like this, and we can observe its opacity gradually darken and then brighten. You can also adjust the color of the clip with keyframes. We click on Adjustment in the upper right corner to see temperature, hue, saturation, and more. The diamond-shaped icons at the back imply they can be manipulated with keyframes. Let's have a look. After placing a keyframe here for the color tone, drag it for a few seconds, adjusting the tone to maximum and back. Bring the tone back, just a bit. Play the video briefly. We can see the color tone continuously changing. That's some basic functionality of keyframes.